Well, hello everybody. I hope you are having a fantastic weekend. Today is, if you're watching this live, National Cut the Cord Day. It's kind of something that's been brewing for a little while. TCL is one of the biggest pushers behind this, but there's many others been promoting it, including Amazon, as a national day all about cutting the cord and ditching cable and streaming your content online. So we're going to chat about all things National Cut the Cord Day, maybe help you cut the cord if you haven't yet. So if you're watching this, leave a comment. Let's chat all things cord cutting there. If you're watching this on replay, we're live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, or most Wednesdays. And we'll be here to answer your cord cut related questions. So yeah, let me know what you have, or join us next Wednesday. So let me share some social media as everybody gets the notification that we're live on Facebook and other places. And we'll dive into it. So, wow, a lot of people already here. Hello, SD, Johnny, Andrea, Josh, Duff, everybody. What do I think of the new Pluto TV guide? I think it's great. I don't think there's any issues. I kind of like the rearranging of all the channels to put like content by like content. All right, let me put this on the Facebook group, and then let's dive back into the questions. So while we wait, though, what is everybody watching right now? Any big shows you've been plowing through? Leave us a comment. I'd love to hear what you're watching at this very moment. All right, so. All right, there we go. It's live everywhere now. So let's get back to all your questions. Hello, Colin. So one of the things I'm watching at the moment is Stranger Things, and I have my last new Coke bottle here. I figure what better way to celebrate Stranger Things coming out than to have the last new Coke right now. So let's crack that open. That was really loud. New Coke. Oh yeah, that's not nearly as good as regular Coke. Not horrid, but definitely not as good as regular Coke. Did I hear about AT&T donating $500,000, to Locast? Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now. They donated it within a week, I think, about a week after it was announced. AT&T dropped Nexstar own locals, which is one of the bigger owners of locals out there. And so AT&T support of Locast makes perfect sense because they're promoting Locast instead of promoting as an alternative to having to pay them. Now, locals are extremely expensive. Sling TV's president has been railing against them. And one of the things he's pointing out is they're on track to hit like $16 a month. So of your cable TV bill, somewhere between $14 and $16 a month right now is local channels, which makes them some of the most expensive channels when you can get them for free with an antenna. So I especially with the drop in subscriber numbers and local channels wanting more and more money, I'm not surprised at all that this is happening on it. Of course, I'm not very familiar with both ends of the conversation. I'm not exactly sure how much more Nexstar wants. Is it, they asking for a lot, or are they asking for a reasonable amount? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. But yeah, it is what it is. Coke needs to bring back Coke Zero. Coke Zero's right here. I got a Coke Zero. They still sell it, right? I just bought a pack this week. I wasn't aware that they're getting rid of it. Yeah, Hulu is still rolling out the new features there, Chris. Not all the features in the Hulu beta version on their website will work in Firefox. I think it mostly works in Chrome. So if you have a question, I see a lot of people are coming in. So just kind of recap, it's National Cut the Cord Day. I think TCL is one of the big names that got this started as a day to celebrate cord cutting. It's July 7th every year now. A lot of companies have been getting into it, including Amazon this year, really doubled down on it a lot. So we're celebrating today, National Cut the Cord Day, talking about all things cord cutting. Answer your questions, maybe help you cut the cord from the high cost of cable TV. So we'll love to hear from you. Colin says, Luke, any word on when the official YouTube app will be coming to Fire TV? Amazon, Amazon's app is coming to Android devices sometime this summer, and all they will say about Fire TV getting an official YouTube channel is that it will happen sometime this year. So we'll have to wait and see. Any news on VidGo? VidGo, from my understanding, is still plodding along. They still plan to launch their US-based channel lineup sometime in the future. We'll have to wait and see exactly when it launches, but they are intending to launch a Sling TV, PlayStation View, Directv Now competitor sometime this year. How was my 4th of July? Very good. Saw some fireworks. Went to a local golf course, watched some fireworks there. Took my daughter to one of those little traveling carnivals, and we had a lot of fun. Here's a question. I want to know about Disney Plus. Will any shows from Disney XD be on it? Yes, but I wouldn't necessarily expect new programs from Disney XD. It would probably be mostly back catalog stuff. What do I think about IPTV? When you use less than legal streaming services, you run the risk of two things happening. For one, it's shutting down and just being gone tomorrow. When a service shuts down, I often hear from people who prepay for a whole year and they never get their money back. Number two is you run two risks. A, you're giving your credit card to somebody, you don't know what they're going to do with it. B, there's actually, Dish has been the head of this, but Dish and others have started to sue subscribers of IPTV services or threaten at least legal action against them. So keep in mind, if you're going to use the piracy services, don't come complaining to me if you pay for a bunch of time and it shuts down or it doesn't work, or something else may happen to you. You've been warned. You're an adult though, do whatever you want. Billy, hey, thank you so much for that $5 donation. I really appreciate that super chat. It helps us out a lot. He says, greetings. What is the fee for live TV on the Amazon devices if you're going to be a Prime member? Amazon Prime does not give you live TV. And with the Fire TV ones, it works all the same. If you have a Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, etc., the price is the same. If you want to get Directv, YouTube TV, Sling TV, etc., the price is the same whether you're a Prime member or not. Colin asks, Luke, has Hulu said any more about offering offline downloads? Hulu has said they intend to do it, but Hulu has not followed through at this time, and we have no update on when they may be offering offline downloads. What's the issue with Directv Now? They lost the NFL Network, and they don't seem to care that their customers about their customers. Paraphrase all that. In short, Directv Now is not the priority of AT&T, and that's not me saying it. The president of AT&T Mobility and Entertainment said that Directv Now is not their main priority. They have other things that they're focusing on, which is probably going to be that new AT&T TV service that will soft launch in August, full launch in the fourth quarter this year. And they've also said that Directv Now, they intend to merge it into the new Warner Brothers service eventually. And what that means, how they will exactly merge it, is up to debate. We'll have to wait and see. But Directv Now is not the main emphasis of AT&T, and I'll be surprised if they put a lot of effort into it. All right, Luke, do you know when the new Hulu user interface will be coming out? Hulu has said sometime this summer, which remember the summer basically has just started. The new user interface will be coming out. What's the difference? What's an IPTV service? Typically, an IPTV service, if they're calling themselves an IPTV service, is some type of live TV service that's not necessarily legal. And it kind of goes back to the old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, right? If they're offering you hundreds and hundreds of channels for $20, including all the HBO's NFL Sunday Ticket, etc., for $20, it's probably too good to be true. NYC says he's read somewhere that the Spider-Man movies will be on Disney Plus. I have not heard that at this time, and I'll check into that, but I haven't heard that. Can you watch 4 live programs at the same time with the Fire Recast 1-terabyte? If you get the 4 tuner ones, there's a 2-tuner version and a 4-tuner version. If you get the 4-tuner version, yes, you can record 4 things or watch 4 things live at the same time. And honestly, the Fire TV Recast is on sale right now for the 4-tuner version for $179. No monthly fee. It's a really good deal, including a terabyte of storage in it. Yeah, go ahead and get that. It's a pretty good deal. Is ESPN Plus adding more Big Ten sports? No, ESPN Plus is not. Unfortunately, you are correct. Sling TV is not offering the Big Ten network, and many of the Big Ten sporting events are on Fox Sports, for example, are not airing on Sling TV. If you're a Big Ten fan, you may want to think about getting something like PlayStation Vue, YouTube TV, Hulu, etc. Luke, what's the biggest change coming with the new Hulu user interface? More titles on the screen at the same time, whether you're live TV or an on-demand subscriber. More of a grid-style guide with more content being displayed at one time. Plus a live TV guide for live TV subscribers, more of a traditional cable-esque guide to have it right there. Somebody's saying that with the 4-tuner version of the Fire TV Recast, you record 4 things at once, but only watch 2 shows at once. I'm not familiar with that. I have the 2-tuner version. I've never heard of a DVR having 4 tuners, but not allowing you to access the 4 tuners at once. So I'll check into that, and I'll try to find out an answer for you on that. NYC, I apologize. I misread his question. He says the Spider-Man movies will not be on Disney Plus. I would not expect them to be in Disney Plus. They're a Sony product, and Disney Plus is all about Disney branded content. So if it's not a Disney movie or TV show, or one of the Disney now owned ones like through the Fox network, etc., would not expect that to be there. So just keep that in mind. I'm new to cord cutting. What is IMDb TV? And is it available on Roku? How do I find it? Yeah, so IMDb TV is an Amazon-owned property. So Amazon owns IMDb. And it's a free ad-supported streaming service with TV shows and movies. Much of the content they offer is already available on things like the Roku channel, Tubi, Crackle, etc., Pluto TV. But it does have some stuff that's not on other places. The good news is, yes, you can get it on Roku. There's a couple ways to do it. Basically, you just get the Amazon Prime Video app, even if you're not a Prime subscriber. If you keep scrolling down, you will find it about 8 or 10 rows down. There'll be a row for IMDb Free TV in your Amazon app. You can also add it as an Amazon channel for free through the Amazon channel service if you're a Prime subscriber, and have it in the Amazon channel section of your Prime, of your Roku's Amazon Prime Video channel on a Roku player. So yes, you can access it on Roku. Just add supported movies and TV shows from Amazon. Luke, how does the new live TV tab on the Fire TV work? And is Hulu Live included? Good news is I just made a video about it. If you click on the Core Cars News, go to our direct channel, youtube.com/CoreCarsNews, or just click on our username here on this video. It will take you to all our videos. Right there, the top video should be the Fire TV, what's new in July, and it includes a detailed look at the new live tab. I believe it includes Hulu content. I tested out with several. I didn't test out with Hulu, but yeah, it basically just curates all your live content from multiple live services into a single place. It's a pretty cool feature there. How many programs can I record at once? With a 2-tuner Fire TV Recast, can you record up to 2 programs at once? Yes. With a 2-tuner Fire TV Recast, you can record 2 programs at once. With a 4-tuner version, you can record 4 once. Hulu is not supported, some people are saying on it. So I'll double check that. I'll get back to you. With so many ones, it's hard to keep track. Let me make a little note here. I'll make a note, and that way we can make sure I check that this week and don't miss it. So yeah, so many great people here. If you're new here, hey, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. It really does help us. We got all kinds of videos here on our YouTube channel, all about cord cutting. And if you only follow us on YouTube, don't forget to check us out over on our website, corecarsnews.com. We have a ton of videos over there, so check it out. And a ton of written content, too, that you won't find on our YouTube channel. Luke, I have a question. When they launch Disney Plus and then they do the bundle deal with Hulu, will it be Hulu Live as a bundle or will it be Hulu Basic? We don't know. So they've talked about offering bundle deals if you get like Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus all together, but they haven't said what it will be. So we just don't know, to be honest with you. There's just no information out there on what the pricing will be, what the bundles will be. I would expect there'll be a bundle deal for both the live and on-demand version. Any thoughts about the AT&T Watch TV? It's fine. The lack of a DVR hurts it a lot, but if you're getting it free from your AT&T cell phone plan, it's great. Hey, go for it. Is the new Warner Media streaming service, HBO Max, the answer to compete against Hulu Live TV streaming service? I don't know. The problem is, will this compete with that or will that compete with this? When you're talking about something like the new Warner Media service from AT&T, which reportedly would be called HBO Max and costs $16 to $17 a month. Basically, we have all your HBO Cinemax content plus a catalog of other content for about $1 or $2 additional. We just don't know enough about it to say that this will be better than that or this will compete with that. Unfortunately, we just don't know enough about it. Also, Robert is right about my question about the AT&T Watch TV. The only downside is it doesn't have a Roku app. They said it would, and then they never followed through and never made it. So if you have a question, leave a comment. We're going to do this for about another half an hour or so, answering your core card related questions. It's National Cut the Cord Day, so let's celebrate it. Help some people break free from the high cost of cable TV. Hey, Core Guards News, I just recently found you on YouTube and I like your content. Hey, thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for being a subscriber and thank you for watching the videos. It's a huge help. Make sure you follow us over at corecarsnews.com because so much more content over there than we post over here on our YouTube channel. All right, so if you have a question, get it in. Again, about half an hour more. And don't forget, we are giving away a Roku Ultra, a $100 Netflix gift card, and a $100 Hulu gift card to one lucky viewer here or reader. Just put a link to it in the show notes, or in the comments, excuse me. If you want to get in on the giveaway, there's all kinds of ways to do it. Visit us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, leave a comment, subscribe to our newsletters. And the more you do, the more entries you get. You only need to do one, though, in order to enter the giveaway. So, for instance, if you've done all this before, you sign up for everything else in the past, if you just hit the subscribe or you leave the comment or tweet out a message, you're re-entered into the giveaway. All right, Luke, do you know if the HDR content on Netflix is 4K or 1080p? HDR is 4K content. I don't believe there is any HDR 1080p from Netflix, from the best of my understanding. What do you think the discount price bundle for Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus be? I have no clue. They have not said. And anybody who's saying it right now is just give you wild guesses at this point. Do you think YouTube TV will add any more channels like the History Channel? Be careful. The more channels you want them to add, the higher the cost of the service is. Everybody wants something, but the cost goes up. If you want the History Channel, you may want to look into if there's a particular show you want, just one show, maybe buy that. There's many options out there, so you don't have to pay a higher cost. But the more channels added to things like YouTube TV means the price is going to go up. Do I think PlayStation View is going to go away soon? No, but I think Sony is not taking very good care of PlayStation View. The name is hurting it. The marketing is hurting it. Sony has clearly not been putting as much effort into it, feels like, the last couple of months that they have in years past. We'll see. I did find it funny, though. They must be trying to work with news organizations because so they raised their price last week by $5 a month. And then suddenly there's all these people writing glowing reviews of PlayStation View on different sites. So I thought that was kind of interesting. NYC says, is the Apple TV Plus streaming service exclusive to Apple devices? No. The Apple TV app is coming to Roku and Fire TV. It's already come out to some smart TVs, so it'll be on others. Hey, I don't think I really fully answered the PlayStation View question, so jumping back. So I don't think PlayStation View is going away. I do think Sony's making mistakes about it. I do think that they need to be more careful or it will go away, because I just don't think they're marketing it properly, just to be honest with you. So that's my thoughts on PlayStation Vue. Any date on when the YouTube TV app will be coming to Fire Stick? Sometime this year is all they said. Luke, the new ACC channel, will it be included on Sling Orange? They have not announced any plans to bring it to Sling Orange. So far, the ACC network for cord cutters is coming to PlayStation Vue and Hulu. At this time, no other networks have been announced, but the network doesn't launch until late August. So there's plenty of time for Sling TV, YouTube TV, etc. to strike a deal to bring the ACC network to their service. If I had to choose between the Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K or the Cube, which one would I buy? If you don't care about the fact that the Cube has a built-in Echo smart speaker, the Fire TV Stick 4K is a more powerful streaming player. I would get that. I think, Chris says, do you think Vue would be a better name for PlayStation Vue? I think Vue TV would be a great name, or Sony Vue. Either way, it would be a much better name than PlayStation Vue. Way too often we have these conversations of, oh yeah, PlayStation Vue may be what you want to check out. And the person says, oh, I would love to get PlayStation Vue, but I don't own a PlayStation. So definitely the name is definitely hurting Sony. Just no way around it. Are there any new Roku devices coming out? Not this time, but I would expect new Rokus to come out. We've seen some FCC filings that point to new Roku TVs from TCL coming soon. So we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, get your questions in. Again, maybe about 20 more minutes. I'll answer questions and we'll go from there. But yeah, so for new Roku though, for Roku players, I would not be surprised at all if new Roku players come out this fall. Would I wait for them? No, not really. The Roku players on the market today are excellent devices, especially the Roku Ultra, Roku Stick Plus, etc. Very powerful, 4K HDR, beautiful pictures. Can I use a DVR with a Roku? Yes. For instance, like the Tableau DVR will stream your antenna to your Roku. They have an app on your Roku that you can connect your antenna to the Tableau DVR and then stream it to your Roku. HD Home Run now has an app on Roku, which is great. After years of saying it wasn't possible, they have a beta app out there now that's making it work. After some changes on their end, though it works on devices that still don't support the codec that they listed. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. But there are plenty of DVRs that will let you go and connect your antenna to a device and go from there. Any 5G news? They're continuing to slowly roll out 5G networks, and we should be seeing 5G live in more markets throughout the year. Luke, have I received the 9.1 update on your TCL TV? You know, I have not looked. I believe that I have it on some TVs. I know I have the 9 point something out there. I'll have to look. Luke, do you think we'll see a Fire Stick with more than 8 gig of storage? Could be, but for now, no. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it, though. What's the best indoor antenna? I recommend a few brands: RCA, Mohu, Antennas Direct, WineGuard. There's a bunch of other ones out there that are really good, but there's a few brands to check out. Make sure you do something like visit antennaweb.org, enter your address, and see what's available in your area. See if an indoor antenna is going to be a good option, or maybe if you need an outdoor antenna. What's the latest on T-Mobile TV? As of today, T-Mobile TV is still reportedly in the works, but we have no new news. They haven't said anything in like a year, it feels like, or most of the year. I don't have a specific indoor antenna I'm gonna recommend because, like I said, it really depends on where you live. If you live a mile from all the transmitters, you don't need nearly as powerful of an antenna. If you live 50 miles from the nearest transmitter, you need a more powerful antenna. So my recommendation is, again, go to antennaweb.com or antennaweb.org, excuse me. Enter your address there and see what kind of antenna you need, and then go from there. Yeah, an antenna is a great option, Gene. Like I said, you're watching Major League Soccer, NASCAR, in great HD. I mean, the picture quality and over there beats cable any day of the week, beats streaming. So if you have any questions, leave them here. Hit that subscribe button. It's really a huge help. I'm going to play a quick 15, 30-second ad because it pays the bills, just to be honest with you. So hang in here for a quick 15 seconds. For everyone else who does not have or has not seen the ad, in the show notes down below, I have a link to our app. Don't forget we have an app for Android, iOS, and Fire TV tablet, or Fire tablets, excuse me. So check that app out. And we also have a giveaway happening with a Roku Ultra, $100 Netflix gift card, and $100 Hulu gift card. Just put a link in the show notes to enter the giveaway. So make sure you check that out. Thank you, Eugene. I really appreciate the subscribe there. It's huge help to us. Getting so close to 80,000. I'll be here before we know it. 20-some thousand, we'll have 100,000 subscribers. All right. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. Luke, has Visible said how much they're increasing the price? No, Visible has not announced any price increase. We're not even sure they're increasing the base price. So Visible is Verizon's prepaid phone service. Last month, they announced that they're eliminating the speed cap on their plan. So in the past, it only went up to 5 Mbps down. That was the fastest down speed you could get through Visible. They removed that cap. They said current subscribers will get to keep that cap for free, or that new speed for free. No new price hike for that. Future customers who want the unlimited speed will have to pay extra, but we don't know how much. Is it going to be one of those things where they're like, hey, the 40-some dollars, whatever it is now, is a capped speed, where if you pay an extra $5 or $10, you get an unlimited speed. So I have to see. All right. If you have a question, let me know. And here's one thing. I see some people desperately wanting to be told what antenna to buy or what to get. And be very careful. Here's the number one thing I would highly recommend people remember. If I find, let's say I have an antenna right here that works perfect for me, right? This is the best antenna for me. It gets me all the channels I'm supposed to get, etc. The truth is, that may be the wrong antenna for you. I may live a lot closer to a transmitting tower than you do. You may live farther away and need a more powerful antenna. My number one recommendation is to go to antennaweb.org, and I will put this in I just shared it in the comments. Enter your address and see how far you are. Are you kind of far out? Is an outdoor antenna one you need, or is an indoor antenna one you need? Now, I have brands I recommend, like I said, RCA, Mohu, WineGuard, Antennas Direct, etc. Many other brands out there, I'm forgetting a few of them, are very good antennas. But you need to make sure you're getting the antenna for you. I see all these times, this is the antenna you should get, or that's the antenna you should get. Well, that may be true for them. The problem is if you get an antenna that is underpowered for where you live, if you live kind of far away from the nearest transmitting tower, you could find yourself in a position where you bought the wrong antenna. Now you need to go buy another antenna because you got an antenna that wasn't quite powerful enough. So just keep in mind to get the antenna that's right for you, and to do your research. There are many websites like antennaweb.org where you can enter your zip code or enter your exact house address for an even better idea, and figure out how far away are you from the transmitters. Which direction are the transmitter in? Are they north of you? Are they south of you? Should you point the antenna that way? Should it be put on the south side of your home, the north side of your home, etc. So be very careful for everybody who's here like, oh, this is the best antenna, that's the best antenna. just be very careful because you could find yourself in a position where you bought the wrong antenna and now you need to go back and buy another one because the antenna you bought wasn't right. So just keep that in mind. So, if you have any questions, let me know. And I'll try to do it. Robert says he's using an antenna from 15 years ago. That's a great point. Older antennas work just fine. If you buy a house, you found an antenna mounted on the roof or in the attic, go ahead and try to use it. It probably still works great. It's the tuners in the TV that have changed, not the antennas. And, all antennas would be ATSC 3.0 compatible. Again, it's the tuners in the TV changing, not the antenna. A lot of people do have negative views of antennas on the outside of the home. I think because they're kind of remembering the older, kind of ugly, massive antennas. A lot of the new modern antennas look very sharp. For instance, Mohu has an antenna that's meant to screw on the side of your home that you can actually paint the same color as the siding of your home so it blends right in. So there's a lot more very attractive, nice looking new antennas. So keep that in mind. What you may think of what an antenna is from 10 years ago or 20 years ago is probably a lot different now than what it used to be. So just keep that in mind. And again, anybody who's telling you this is the antenna to get, it may be right for them. Do your own research to make sure it's right for you. I would hate for you to buy a 40-mile range antenna to find out that you live too far away from the nearest transmitters to use that antenna. I would hate for you to buy the most expensive antenna to find out you paid 2 or 3 times what you needed to because you live very close to a transmitter. So definitely go in there to like a site like antennaweb.org and enter your address. Luke, do you see new Sling-like services coming soon? I would love to see more competitors get into a cheap base package where you can then build on top of it. So just keep that in mind. All right, if you have a question and I didn't answer it, if you posted a question and it scrolled by, it probably was answering another question and it didn't happen, re-ask it. I'm going to do my best to answer it. All right. Can you throw an indoor antenna outdoors? I mean, you could. The problem with indoor antennas is they're not made for the weather. And the problem is if you put an indoor antenna outdoors, it'd probably work for a while, but you would be subject to things like rust and corrosion, where an outdoor antenna is usually made either of treated material like a Mohu antenna, which is encased in plastic to keep the weather off of it, or it's a type of metal that won't be susceptible to rain and rust. Rust eventually will deteriorate the quality of your reception. Any news on the Nexstar AT&T deal? No, not at this time, but they are reportedly still in talks. But both sides are pointing fingers at each other. Will Twitch be coming back to Roku? Unfortunately, we haven't heard anything about it coming back to Roku. Hopefully it does. We'll wait and see. There are unofficial Twitch apps you can get through third parties if you want to get a Twitch app for your Roku. Luke, on Prime Day, we go for the TCL Roku TV or the Toshiba Fire TV. That's hard. Toshiba just came out with a new TV that's a 4K HDR Dolby Vision HDR TV, and I haven't been able to test out that TV yet. But compared to the previous model, I would definitely get the TCL one. The TCL TV is a much better TV than the previous generation Toshiba TV. And from looking at the early reviews, I would say probably the TCL is still a little bit better. But if you're a Fire TV person, the Toshiba TV is closing that gap, at least on the picture quality. Now, the appearance of the TV, I still think they could come a long ways on. But they're definitely, Amazon's Toshiba brand Fire TV Edition TVs is closing the gap with TCL. All right, I think I'm missing a question there. Did Ann ask a question that I did not answer? Ann, somebody's trying to answer a question for you. Could you re-ask the question? I'll try to see if I can answer it because I can't seem to find your question. Remember back in the day, TV antennas with stereo sound. Yeah, that's kind of one of those things. Like TV antennas promising HD antennas. They're all HD. They're all stereo sound. They will all be compatible with 4K ATSC 3.0 standard when that starts launching later this year. An antenna in the end is just a dumb piece of metal. Like my microphone stand here, if you can see this, is in the end an antenna, right? It's a piece of metal, and when a transmitter, rather it be a TV transmitter, an AM radio transmitter, or a CB radio transmitter hits it, it kind of vibrates along the thing and transmits it. Now, TV antennas are specially tuned to try to pick up specific frequencies, but in the end, it's the tuner in your TV. That tuner in your TV is what's saying, I want to pick up the TV signals. I want to ignore all the AM bandwidths, all the CB radios, all that kind of stuff gets ignored. So you're going to see a lot of antenna manufacturers start promoting things like 4K compatible or 4K ready antennas. Your current antenna will be compatible with that right now. So just keep that in mind. All right. Here we go. Anne is asking about Luke. She wants to test the speed of her internet connection from her ISP. My recommendation is to connect, if you can, a laptop or computer directly into your modem through Ethernet, and then use something like speedtest.net, or just type in speedtest into Google. Google offers a pretty nice speed test. If you don't have a laptop or computer with Ethernet, I know many laptops now don't come with Ethernet connections. Bring your laptop as close to wherever your Wi-Fi router is. Put it in the same room as close as you can, because that'll give you the strongest signal for the most accurate speed test. And then run your speed test. Again, go to a website like speedtest.net, or just type in speed test into your web browser for Google, and it should pop up a speed test option there. Now, let's say you're paying for 100 down. Very rarely we actually get 100 down or more. Typically, you're going to get a little bit below that. What I always say, though, if you're paying for 100 down, you're only getting 60 or 70 down consistently, that's when I would maybe consider calling your internet service provider and complaining. If you're getting half of what you're paying or less, then I would definitely call your internet service provider and complain, because you are not getting the speeds you are paying for. But to test it, if you have to do it on Wi-Fi, try to do it, whatever device you're using, in the same room as close to the Wi-Fi transmitter as possible. If you can, use a laptop or computer to connect to Ethernet to the router. That'll give you the most accurate speed test possible. NYC, where can I get Dolby Atmos for my current TV? I saw a video clip of someone watching a movie on Blu-ray with Dolby Atmos. Dolby Atmos is just a standard, and either your TV has it or your TV doesn't have it. So keep that in mind. And it's the same thing with like Dolby HDR. Either your TV is a Dolby HDR1 or not. Dolby Atmos is a sound quality one. It's a surround sound standard. And I think it's on most TVs right now do have a Dolby Atmos surround sound support. If you got any of the more recent TVs, and even some of the cheaper TVs now include it. But either your TV has it or your TV doesn't have it. Just keep that in mind. All right. Yeah, sometimes browser, you will get slightly faster than you pay for. In my old home, I used to get that quite often. We would get a slightly faster speed than when I was actually paying for it, which was great. It's when you're getting half of what you pay for is when you should start getting really upset. Because it also depends when you're using it. If you're running a speed test at 8 p.m. on a busy day when a rainstorm is happening and everybody's home streaming Netflix, etc., you probably get a slightly slower speed than running a speed test at 3 o'clock in the morning when most people are in bed. Is there a way in the YouTube TV app on cell to go to a certain time? The grid tells you what's on at the time. I can't move forward. Yeah, unfortunately, I believe in the grid guide on your mobile device, you can't scroll forward on YouTube TV. At this time, though, I believe what you have to do is go to the channel page. Let's say you want to see what's on ESPN. Click on the ESPN one, go to the channel page, and there you can look a little bit forward on mobile devices. But I wish YouTube TV made their grid on mobile devices where you could scroll forward. Keep that in mind. Colin is right. Most internet service providers do offer a speed test service. I'm a little suspicious of them. Maybe because my old internet provider, when I had problems, excuse me, I apologize, allergies are catching up to me. My old internet service provider always said everything was great when all the other speed tests said it was slow. So I would say be careful. What's the TCL Prime deal TV model? I think there is several ones out there. Is there a particular one you're looking for right now? I don't think TCL has announced their Prime Day deals at this moment. We're not even sure they will have a Prime Day deal. Is there some other TCL sale I didn't notice happening right now? I don't see it listed on Amazon right now. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate your support. Chris says, I've noticed a few times that channel will go completely blank on Hulu Live. Any idea why? No, I have not experienced that. I've heard from some people. What device are you using that you see that happen on? Thank you, everybody, for the bless yous. I appreciate it. So about 10 more minutes. Get your questions in, and I'll do my best to answer them. Are you asking which Roku TV should you get? If you're looking for a TCL, my recommendation for the best TCL one, like you're asking about TCLs, would be the 6 series TVs. Get them from Amazon because the Amazon costs a couple dollars more than Best Buy, but the Amazon ones have a point anywhere remote. You don't need to be line of sight. Where the Best Buy version requires a line of sight with the TV for it to work. I kind of like the point anywhere nature of it. But yes, my current vote for the best sub $1,000 TV is the TCL 6 series TV. By far the best sub $1,000 TV. All right, so many people here. Don't forget, we are giving away a Roku Ultra, a $100 Netflix gift card, and a $100 Hulu gift card. Link in the comments. I just posted it there if you want to enter the giveaway. Is Tivo updating for Atsc 3.0? At the NAB, National Associate Broadcaster Show, we met with Tivo. They gave us a demo of a current generation Tivo Bolt using a USB tuner to support Atsc 3.0. It was a proof of concept, but they are working on making their new DVRs supporting Atsc 3.0. Matthew says, can somebody tell me which service would run best on the Nvidia Shield between PlayStation View and YouTube TV? Honestly, I think both will work great. I think both this PlayStation View and YouTube TV work great in my Nvidia Shield. My recommendation is both of them offer a free trial. Take advantage of the free trial and see which one you want. They both have slightly different channel lineups, and you may like one or the other. Maybe one offers a channel you like that the other doesn't. So I would say try both, take advantage of the free trials, and go from there. Phil says he just cut the cord today. Congratulations, Phil. Welcome to the cord cutting family. Went with YouTube TV. Thank you for your great work. Hey, yeah, YouTube TV is a great option. The great thing about it too, don't forget, Phil, is there's no contracts. So if you ever find yourself like it's summer, I'm not watching TV, don't be afraid to say, hey, I'll cancel that YouTube TV subscription this month. Maybe I'm going camping most of the month. Maybe I'm doing this. Maybe I'm doing that. Don't be afraid to rotate services. Don't be afraid to try something different. You're not caught in a contract. So unlike cable, you can move around at will. Just keep that in mind. Luke, do you think cord cutting will eventually become a la carte where you can pick the channels you want? Yeah, I think a la carte TV is eventually where we'll go. We're just not there yet. Slowly but surely, we're kind of moving in that direction though. Keep that in mind. NYC, thank you for that $2 donation. He asked, when's the next cord cutting Q&A? We're back to Wednesday cord cutting Q&As, 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday here on YouTube. We missed last week. I announced it the week before, but because of the 4th of July and some events I had to be at for the 4th of July, we skipped the 3rd. Every now and then when like a holiday falls, like a Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, etc., we'll skip it. But we try to do the Q&A more often than not. Luke, if Sling TV installs an outside antenna for you, do they have one brand or will they install one for the area you're in? Sling TV actually offers several different models of indoor antennas, and they match it to the area you live in. They offer different antennas in different parts of the country. I have used their roof mounting service here in my new home. Very, very happy with it. They really did a good job at it. Basically, they connected the antenna, they ran it into my living room, set up everything, connected this to the TV, ran a channel scan, made sure everything was properly aligned. So 2 thumbs up. If you don't want to climb on the roof, for $150, Sling TV will sell you the antenna, come out to your home, and install it for $150. It's a great way. Sherry, only you can enter yourself in the giveaway. You just follow that link. Halfway down that post, there's a block. You click on that. You can log in with an email address, log in with Facebook, and then it'll walk you through how to enter the giveaway. If you use an ad blocker, turn off your ad blocker, because ad blockers like to think that the giveaway block is a ad, and they try to block it. TCL has not announced what the my min-mind says I may have misunderstood. I thought you noted that TCL announced that they were having a TCL Prime deal. No, TCL announced that they were having a giveaway for National Cut the Cord Day, which is today. They're doing a giveaway. They have not announced what their Prime Day sales will be, but they traditionally do something for like Black Fridays and Prime Day. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see another sale come from TCL. Above and beyond, you are correct. There is no such thing as an HD or 4K antenna. And all antennas are 4K and all antennas are HD antennas. It's the tuner in your TV that's different. So if you have an antenna, you moved into a house, you found an antenna on the roof, or you found an antenna in your attic, try and use it. It probably still works just fine. Do you only need an antenna to get Sling TV? Well, you still need internet. Sling TV streams over the internet, but Sling TV does not offer your locals. They're really targeting antenna users, so they even offer a service where they'll come to your home and connect it. And by not offering locals, they can keep their price much lower. By you using an antenna to watch your locals and use Sling TV to stream like your CNN, Fox News, or not Fox News isn't there, Fox Sports, ESPN Sports, etc. on Sling TV, you can get it there. And you can get your price for much lower. So Tim, re-ask your question. Somebody says that you asked a question, I didn't answer it. Unfortunately, as I'm answering questions, they fly by. Re-ask it. I'm not sure I see it here, but re-ask your question and I'll do my best to answer it. And that goes for everybody else. If I didn't answer your question, re-ask it and I'll try to answer it. Susan, if you want, says you can't get locals. Have you actually gone to a website like AntennaWeb, entered your exact address and seen what it offers in your area? Vast majority of Americans will get locals, but I do understand some will not. When I cut the cord, we lived in the middle of the Mark Twain National Forest in Missouri, and we got no locals with an antenna. I was also in a valley, though. I was at the bottom of a valley. Just kind of bad luck there. So Tim, re-ask your question. I don't see it yet. All right, I just got a Roku TV. What are the best free content apps that I should download? I'm going to give you a few that I think are great free services for cord cutters, and these work on multiple devices, not just Roku. But the Roku channel, Pluto TV, Zumo TV, Tubi, Crackle, and if you have the Amazon Prime Video app on your Roku TV, And there will also be free movies and TV shows through the IMDb TV section there. So keep that in mind. Does anybody else here have a free one that you would like to suggest? Leave us a comment. Let us know. Is there any way to use an AirTV on a PC? Not the mobile app, though, AirTV or Sling TV. I believe the Sling TV app for Windows 10 will support AirTV also. So there you go. You can, I believe, try out the Sling TV app in the Windows 10 App Store right there. Mike says he's saving $80 a month. That's great. That adds up pretty quick year after year. Will Hulu Live be a part of the bundle deal with they launched with Disney Plus? We just don't know. They have not said. Stir's another great one out there. Any word on the AirTV 2 box? No. It's coming, but it hasn't come yet. Yep, still nothing on their website but the new AirTV, unfortunately. Yeah, Matthew, I agree with you fully. No matter what you're getting, I would still get an antenna. A couple reasons to have an antenna, even if you have a live TV streaming service offering locals. Typically, services like YouTube TV or PlayStation View do not offer all the locals. They only give you the big four like ABC, NBC, Fox, etc. Maybe the CW if you're lucky. But there's often many other ones out there that offer a ton of channels. And it's a good backup. If your internet ever goes out, it's a great way to get it. Plus the picture quality in your antenna will be far better than with cable or far better with a streaming service. Above and Beyond says, what is Stir? I've never heard of it. Stir is very much like Pluto TV. It's owned by Sinclair. It has a ton of Sinclair-owned local news content, but also bundles in all kinds of other stuff from like Buzzr TV and Comet TV and Charge. They have about 20 or 30 some channels in there for free, on-demand movies and TV shows. Stir is another great one I forgot that I would definitely add to a must-have for free movies and TV shows. How many AirTVs can we have on the same account? I have multiple. I don't really know if there's a limit on that. I'll kind of look into that. That's a good question. YouTube TV may give you all your locals like ABC, NBC, Fox, and C, etc. But they're not going to give you things like they don't have many of the smaller channels, the sub channels, which are out there. So always keep that in mind that you'd be surprised how many channels are available with antenna. I get 47 channels with my antenna, so keep that in mind. Can you get WTAJ and soon all channels will be moved to under, I think, channel 32? Yeah, so some channels are moving. So we posted about this a few times. There's a process called repacking happening. Oops, I dropped my cell phone. Nothing broke. Whew, no broken screen. So they're moving a lot of channels. This is part of the rollout of 5G. 5 or 6 years ago, they started an auction out there that would go out there and allow you to TV stations to sell their frequency and move to a different frequency so that frequency could be used for 5G. Now the grace period's over and now they're starting to actually move. They've been moving for about a year now, a little over a year, but now it's really picking up steam and a lot of them are starting to go out. So you may need to rescan your channels, but it'll just be moved to a different number. Why can't I pause and resume live TV on Roku using my Directv Now, but I can't everywhere else? I can with my Directv Now. I'm not sure why. It could be that particular station you were doing. Try unplugging your Roku, plugging it back in, and seeing if that fixes it for you. Chris says, why didn't I go to MIT? When you say MIT, what are you meaning? Oh, I think I know the college. No, I did not go to college for cord cutting. Okay, I understand that. I understand the question now. When will PlayStation View actually get the in-channel network? They have not announced. They have said it's coming, but they haven't said when. All right, second. You guys gave me the coverage. I'm going to use a Fire Stick and a few apps. Yeah. Hey, whatever works for you. Just be careful about using piracy apps. Just be careful. Don't be surprised if you get a lawsuit or a legal warning to you if you're using a piracy app like that. And just remember, we don't allow the promotion of piracy here. Just our rule, we promote the legal services, not the pirated services. TV Fool is another great one. The only problem I have with TV Fool is it gets a little bit technical for many people to understand. I think Antenna Webs gives you the same information, but in a little bit more of a entry level set of information for what you need to know. Any updates on Directv now? Will it be on Fire TV? They have said eventually in Fire TV. At launch, they've said it's going to be on Roku. That could all change, though. They could end up launching it on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV all at the same time. But for now, it's confirmed at launch on Roku. And it will be coming, they say, to the Fire TV and Apple TV. Will it be coming the day of, a week later, 2 weeks later? We don't know. They haven't said yet. Well, apparently Best Buy has a deal for Rokus. 2 Rokus for $50 right now at Best Buy is the deal of the day. Are they Roku Expresses? I'm guessing they're Roku Express. Leave me a comment. Let me know what kind of Roku they are. I'll take a look at once the show's over. Refurbished ones for $50? I don't know. Is Locast legal? Yes, Locast does use a particular legal loophole since they're a nonprofit to do what they do. Locast is legal, but it's only available in select markets. Just remember that. They will pest you for a $5 donation. Yeah, one of the things, if you're using TV Fool, I would also recommend trying out like Antenna Web just because it's much more easy. It's a lot easier for people to understand. It's the same information. Luke, with the price increase of PlayStation View, could Viacom channels come back? That would probably result in another price hike, to be honest with you. More channels you have, the higher the price is going to go. All right, any last questions? We got a few more minutes. We're going to wrap this up. Cell phones, in theory, could interfere with an antenna, but the amount of interference is so negligible. If you live in an area with strong signal, it shouldn't be a problem. But that goes back to the idea of a few things of where you should put your antenna. As high as possible, close to a window if you have an indoor antenna as possible, and put it on the side of your house where the transmitter towers are. That's why I recommend using one of those websites where you enter in your zip code, because it will also show you where the transmitters are around your home. So if all the transmitting towers are on the north side of your home, put the antenna on the north side of your home. If they're all on the south side of your home, put the antenna on the south side of your home. And keep that in mind. Don't try to avoid putting your antenna next to electronics. One of the worst things you can do, many people do, is they put the antenna directly behind their TV or right next to their TV. If you can, try to move the antenna away from your TV. Try not to put the antenna next to a refrigerator, for example, and more. Don't forget, like your fireplace. I see this a lot where they'll mount the TV on your fireplace and then they'll put the antenna behind the fireplace. While most modern fireplaces have a metal lining inside the fireplace, and now a metal blocks self or reception, and the antenna or the TV is metal. So you got the antenna between metal TV and metal fireplace for poor reception. So try to put the antenna away from your TV, away from your fireplace, away from like large refrigerators and so forth for the best possible results. And the higher you go, the better it's going to be. If you use something like a Tableau DVR, don't forget to put, if you could, what I used to do is I would put my antenna in an upstairs bedroom and then put the Tableau DVR connected there. And I had, in one house, I had the Tableau DVR hidden under the guest bedroom bed, and then I just had the antenna sit in the windowsill of the guest bedroom. Worked out pretty well. And then when guests would come over, I'd just put the antenna under the bed when the guests were around. But so just keep that in mind, is higher is better. Put it away from metal if you can. Buy a window and try to use one of those websites to see if you can go on, if like all the transmitters are on the north side of your home, put the antenna on the north side of your home. If the transmitters are on the south, put it on the south, etc. Thank you so much for all the nice comments. If you live in an area where you just can't get one channel, you may, Susan, you may want to consider getting something like a YouTube TV, Hulu Live, if it's that important to you. Now, if you're not looking for like live football on Fox and you just want the Fox program, you may want to get like Hulu, because if you get Hulu, most of the primetime content is available the next day there for $5.99 a month. So keep that in mind. So when is the next live Q&A? Every Wednesday, or most Wednesdays, barring a holiday falls on and the ever occasional when I'm traveling. But every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're live here answering your cord cutting related questions. So join us every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube. And I post these videos on YouTube afterwards, so keep that in mind. Unfortunately, Yes Network is technically a regional sports network, and for most companies, it's a regional sports or it's a regional network, so it only gets carried in markets where it's offered. All right, everybody, I think that's it for today. We've been doing this for about an hour. Don't forget, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're live. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. It really does help us. Do not forget about I put a link to the giveaway. $100 Netflix gift card, $100 Hulu gift card, and a Roku Ultra to one lucky reader or viewer here right there. Susan, I don't understand your statement. You said none of them have locals. YouTube TV, Directv Now, PlayStation View, Hulu, etc. all offer locals. In most of the United States, I think they have them. So I would double check that, see if one of those, it could very well though may be that one of them doesn't have your locals. I would be very shocked if you could, Susan, send us an email, go to corecarsnews.com, click on the contact us. Tomorrow when I get in the office, I'll try to email you. Send us your zip code and I'll take a look to see which ones have them. I do know that some locals are still not streaming on services, but I'll be very shocked to find that all of your locals are not streaming on any of them. Because I think we're at a point where like Hulu has over 90% of all locals streaming on Hulu now. Yeah, Sling TV does not offer locals. So keep that in mind. But Susan, go to corecarsnews.com. Just make sure you put your name in as Susan. Give me your zip code, and I'll take a look. I'll be very shocked to find out that there is an area that there's no locals on Hulu, YouTube TV, PlayStation View, Directv Now, etc. So you say Sling TV. Yes, Sling TV does not carry locals. There's Sling in the vast majority of them. Sling TV's marketing plan is for people with antennas, because when everybody else is $40 or higher mostly, Sling TV can be around $25 because they're not including the cost of locals in that. But I would check out those right now. So let's check out YouTube TV. I'll look up. So let's see here. Sign up. Here we go. Enter this. Okay, Susan, I just entered into YouTube TV, and according to YouTube TV, it gives you NBC, NBC, Fox, ABC, and CBS. So YouTube TV, according to the zip code you gave me, the 16662 location, does offer your locals of ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC. Our browser says he checked Directv now. Doesn't, or he says doesn't offer all of them. So if you want them, I can guarantee you that right now that YouTube TV does offer them. I would also check to see if Directv Now, Hulu, etc. Hulu local channels lookup. Let me check Hulu for you. I'm not sure if Hulu offers a zip code checker like YouTube TV does. I think it's based off of when you sign up, it checks your zip code there. But let me check real quick. I don't want to start my free trial Hulu. I'm not sure if they offer a quick lookup. Does anybody know if Hulu has a link for a quick channel lookup? I'm not finding it. But I just was able to check YouTube TV, and yes, YouTube TV does offer your locals, Susan. So there you go. All right, everybody. I think we're going to wrap this up. I'll quickly check for a few questions there. I have a brand new Roku TV and a brand new Amazon Fire TV. Do I need an extra TV box? No, if you have a Roku TV, you can plug your Fire TV, I'm assuming you mean a Fire TV stick or a Fire TV box, into your Roku TV and go from there. Robert says they checked. Hey, Susan, I really wish I could help you. I don't understand why you're saying you don't have them. But when I go to tv.youtube.com, I enter your zip code, and it clearly lists, yes, it does offer your channels. Luke, can you tell me which service has a better picture quality than others? I think they all look the same. The only one that really stands out different is Fubo TV. Fubo TV is on select networks offering 4K. They're the only ones offering live 4K streaming. Susan, you are correct. One last time, Sling TV does not offer locals. But you said none of the services do, and we've checked, and Hulu and YouTube TV both offer your locals there. So just keep that in mind. Susan, I don't know who you called, but I guarantee you, go to Hulu or go to YouTube TV. Take advantage of the free trial. Don't pay for it. Take advantage of the free trial. It's right there. So keep that in mind. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap this up. I hope that helps. And Susan, again, take advantage of the free trials. Never trust people on the phone, and give it a try and go from there. All right, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care. I will see you on Wednesday for a live Q&A, and have a great Cut the Cord day. I know it's a silly made-up holiday, but let's celebrate some cord cutting. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern.